Are you all out of buoys?
Looks like it.
Yeah, okay. You've been smoking today, man. Getting her done. My name is Patrick Long. I'm a commercial crabber out of Bodega Bay. I also do salmon, black cod, and some other fisheries. Got my first little commercial fishing boat. It was only salmon then, in about 2007. So how many years is that? 18 years? Yeah. This has been a famous salmon port for, 200 years, and people have always fished out of here for salmon, and to have it decline, yes, it is kind of a hollow feeling. Salmon is the iconic fish of the Pacific Northwest, and we're basically exterminating them with our water practices in the Sacramento Valley.
Since the early 20th century, massive salmon runs fueled Bodega Bay's commercial fishing industry and shaped the identity of a town built around the sea. But over the past 2 decades, salmon populations have declined drastically. As much of California's water has been diverted to large-scale agriculture, rivers have grown warmer, cutting off the cold flows salmon need to reproduce. As a result, the commercial salmon season has been closed for the last 3 years, leaving California fishermen without one of their primary fisheries.
The identity of the community is a fishing community. This is what we are, and these people want to support the industry significantly, and so when we don't have that opportunity, it's like everybody's kind of throws their hands up and goes like, well, okay, what do we do?
The Dungeness crab fishery has been looking at the whale entanglement problem for the last 10 years. The fishing season traditionally began mid-November, and that, of course, has been waylaid by our risk assessment mitigation program that works to address entanglement risk.
Dungeness crab fishing relies on thousands of crab pots, each connected to the surface by vertical lines which are nearly invisible to migrating whales. When a whale becomes entangled, it can suffer from restricted movement, deep cuts, infections, and in some cases, a slow death, trapped in gear for weeks or even months. To reduce these risks, California has delayed the start of all but one crabbing season in the last decade, limiting the time fishermen have to fish. The logic is simple. Fewer lines in the water means fewer entanglements. But the reality is more complex. While scientists believe there may be a number of entanglements that go undetected, confirmed entanglements linked to California Dungeness crab year typically number fewer than 10 per year. Meanwhile, West Coast humpback whale populations have rebounded dramatically since the end of whaling, from about 1,200 whales by 1966 to about 5,000 today.
Most everyone here is a small family operation. I don't want to entangle whales, but if you look at the history of the crab industry, we've been fishing for crab out of San Francisco for 150 years. And the biggest mortality of whales is being struck by ships. Crabbing industry has a minuscule amount.
With entanglements rare and whale populations growing, are these season delays truly necessary, or do they place an excessive burden on fishermen?
The fishermen are usually the ones that are supporting this community economically, and when you take the money out of our pockets, it becomes a trickle-down effect and everyone suffers.
It's getting more and more of a tourist destination and less of a commercial fishing harbor.
When you don't have the fishing industry here, the economy switches to vacation rentals or, some other means of bringing, people in the area. And this is what we are. You're looking at it right here. This is what is the lifeblood of Bodega Bay.
There's definitely been a decline in the number of commercial fishing boats and how many people are doing it. A lot of guys retiring and not very many young people getting into it.
Right now we're kind of calling it the graying of the fleet. In other words, most of the fishermen are older, and I don't know how much longer you're going to have that, that historical value that is there with the elders that fish in the industry. It is very much a tradition, you know, and it's really hard for the people that have lived here for years and years and years to see that tradition slowly get taken away, or not taken away, but lost.
Because it's a very important thing. A lot of people need seafood, and we're providing it, and I feel proud to be able to do that.
The reason that, you know, I want to stay involved, you know, I'm going to be 73 here in about, you know, 2 or 3 months. And I want to make sure people like you have the opportunity to be able to become a fisherman if that's what you want to do. And I want that opportunity to still be available. And if it's, you know, if we don't as elders continue to fight for that, it's going to go away. And I don't want to see that lost, you know. And it's incredibly important to be able to be out on the water and be free like that, and be able to provide a resource that you're proud of. You know, I mean, it's something that when we come in and we get to deliver these things, we're proud that we are able to do that in a sustainable way. That makes a big, big difference. You know, that's in our hearts, that's in our blood, you know.